What is going on, people? YouTube, Big Shy Gaming here, coming at you with another episode of Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. For those of you who do not know, this is a continuation of Supreme Commander, the very first game. Now, I've looked around for it today, and I can't seem to find it, because I was hoping I could show you guys, you know, what the first one looks like, and it has a pretty good backstory. And I was kind of hoping I could show you guys that, but I couldn't find it today. So I think what we're going to do today is we're just going to kind of discuss a little bit of this, and then we're going to kind of our next object. Here, I'll explain to you in just a moment here. Okay, now I got those. So basically what happened from the last episode, we evacuated the civilians from this town and got them to Fort Clark. During that process, I moved 3 fat boys up here. 2 of them got taken out. And as all this time, that commander of this base up here came down and got within range of the fat boys, and the fat boys launched, started firing their weapons and killed them, and I wasn't even looking at that. And then the next objective popped up, which was to destroy the Seraphim commander. Now, the Seraphim commander, the Seraphim is the alien race that invaded Earth. So basically, the 3 factions of Earth, the UEF, the United Earth Federation, the Cybrans, and the Aeon Illuminate, all had to kind of make this temporary alliance to face this huge threat of this alien force. And in order to defeat this force, like I said, they have to band together. So our objective today in this video is to hopefully defeat the Seraphim commander and complete this mission.
Hold the line, Colonel. We must protect the civilians. Haul out.
Yep, working on that. Okay. So I think we're going to speed this up just a little bit, just to kind of get this going a little faster. I've been building the experimentals from the home base here, and as you can see, they got to travel almost all the way across the map, and they're not the fastest things. So, do I have any? Those are just factories. Okay. I was hoping I had some engineers, because I wanted to build an artillery piece here, but maybe I will build it here with these engineers. So basically, the Seraphim have very powerful units. They have extremely powerful units, and when they're in a huge line like this towards this, there's only so much you can do. And I'm getting close to my population limit. So, and I don't know what is with all the rings around all this stuff. We've already saved Fort Clark. Experimental forces. Okay, there's an experimental roaming. Fort Clark. Okay, I gotta keep that alive. This was a secondary objective. We got that from very first video. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have him. I think we'll build this here, and it's gonna take quite a while to build, but maybe we'll have the mission completed by then, which would be really nice. Because we got a lot of mass coming in, that'll definitely help. So I don't know where that thing is yet. Let's see here, gunships. Yeah, see where we can move the experimentals up even further. They're very good defensively. Offensively, they're not the greatest unless you get a huge number of them, and they have a lot of air support because they're very vulnerable to gunships in particular. See, they'll get into range and they'll basically decimate most of these units. So will the gunships, but these units have a lot of health, and they do take a while to take down, so hopefully that crossfire will definitely help. Meanwhile, I have my naval forces constantly going here. Oh, and see, now we're starting to build the artillery factory. I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull these engineers off, because that's going to save us some energy. We'll actually have them build a tier 3 power plant right next to it. Maybe. Maybe not. Why not go something like this? Hopefully that'll help. Why don't we just build that first before we build the artillery piece? Okay, have all of them build that and then build that. That'll help. Okay. So these guys are building mass, and then they'll build an energy. The hydrocarbon plants can only be built on lightning bolts like this, which are hydrocarbon plant. Okay. So you can't understand a word you said, dude. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're just gonna kind of get some more mass. And see, these fat boys are, like I said, they're very good defensively. Just gonna move them up a little bit further. And the gunships, so we're just slowly pushing our way in here. Actually, I don't really need you guys unless... I might be able to use you guys here. That'd work. Yeah, see now, there we go. That'll build up pretty quick here, hopefully. And like I said, by the time that gets built, we might end up have completed this mission already. Oh boy, yeah, I got a lot of gunships at home. Completely forgot about all these guys. So, tier 3 gunships for any faction are very powerful. Why don't you move up here a little ways? And again, a lot of gunships. Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. Maybe these two fat boys will be able to push far enough. I don't know. That's a lot of units, though. We'll see. I have a feeling he's gonna die. Yeah, its shield's gone. Yep, secondary guns are going. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully, I'm gonna move this guy up here just a ways, just so you can kind of combine the firepower here. Okay, and try to get the naval forces going here. Let's see here. How's this coming? Half yet? Not quite half. Okay. Like I said, I got a lot of anti-air here, so I got this other fat boy I can push up too, right? There we go. See, once we get a bunch of these together, it'll do quite well. I mean, these two here are just definitely holding the line with support from Fort Clark, I think this is. Or is this Fort Clark? I can't remember which one's it.
There's a large experimental unit approaching Fort Clark.
There it is. There it is. Fire on him. All gunships. Take him out. Very weak to gunships. And it is going to stop. Experimentals are very weak to gunships.
They'll think twice before attacking like that again. Good job. HQ out.
Oh, don't land. Don't land, guys. Come on, don't land. Okay. See, now that's a rogue energy beam and will destroy anything within range. Any land units within range, I believe. So, like I said, we're gonna push up with the fab.
Let's remedy that.
Okay. See, I'm losing fighters. How is this coming along? 50%? 60%? Okay, it's not doing too bad. Okay, this spy plane definitely needs to switch positions. Find out where he's at. Okay. How are we doing? 65. Okay, it's going up nice and quick. And these guys are building mass extractors at a very fast rate, which is very useful.
It won't last much longer now. Make it pay for
there we go. You can get a bunch of mass extractors if they can get to them before the operation's over. That'll definitely keep them busy. Now we're gonna stand them up right here and create kind of a choke point. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we can go like this for you. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, num num num. Had some watermelon, so still got a bowl of watermelon here, so that's some num num nums right there. Okay, so yeah, just kind of keeping the Seraphim busy here with the naval forces. Okay, it's doing pretty good. Air forces are engaging here. Have I seen the Seraphim commander yet? I don't think I have. Oh, I think my spy plane got taken out. Why'd you look at that? My goodness. Okay. Back at home. Well, I don't want to start building anything because that'll take away from the resources on this. It's at almost 90%. That's not too bad. So, oh, there he is. Okay, so the primary objective here is just to destroy the Seraphim commander. Actually, it's not going to be too hard with them having all these gunships here. These gunships will tear apart this base real quickly, actually. And I think we'll just kind of push in right up here. And that'll do quite a bit of damage, actually.
I love to see.
And this is probably just about done. 97. So I wonder if we can stay here. I don't know how this... I see they're already launching. Maybe it'll be done. Yep, see, let's see. Extends his gun. I don't know what he's going to target. He's targeting, looks like a factory, an air factory possibly. Now I just want to see him target. I just want to see it launch. It's been so long since I've played this game, and it's been one of my favorite games, so it might be a little rusty, but this is definitely a classic game in my opinion. Classic RTS. Boom! Artillery shell. Holy buckets. Look at that. Cross the map. Oh, he's targeting naval factories. I don't care. That's fine by me. Okay. So, now the fat boys are in range. All of them. Focus the commander. I mean, there's a lot of shields, but he is not going to last. And... kaboom!
Enemy forces have been defeated and 4 o'clock is safe. Well done. This is an important victory for us.
And look at that. See, you don't have to destroy the rest of the base, just have to destroy the commander.
Our backs were against the wall. Oh, but you did it, Commander. 4 o'clock is safe and we achieved an important victory against those damn aliens and their allies. From this day forward, we're through running from them. If we're going to survive this, we have to be able to take the fight directly to our enemies. And that's what we're going to do. Haul out.
Okay, so that's kind of the victory message. So this is kind of the, I don't know, end of operation screens, I guess. So I like this because it shows the count, amount of units you killed, the amount you built, what you lost, your mass income, your energy income, and this is just mass. I mean, these numbers are huge units. Another good unit count. You killed 2 enemy commanders, killed almost 900 land units, 130 naval, almost 1400 air, bunch of structures, a bunch of experimentals. What we built, this is what we built. So I know we built a lot of experimentals, but they're very useful. What did we lose? Well, not nearly as much as what we killed. Again, resources, the rate, I think this is rate per minute, I think. So, yeah. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue on to the next mission here.
Covert Aeon loyalists infiltrated the Order over a year ago. Their efforts have provided us with important intelligence, and they have also assisted us in spreading the word and truth of the Princess. However, the entire loyalist network is now in grave peril. QAI has been using Copernicus as a staging ground for attacks into Coalition space. In an effort to stem those attacks, a group of loyalists launched a secret operation against QAI's position. The operation ended in failure. QAI knew the attack was coming, and it captured 3 loyalist leaders. We know from past ops that QAI will implant them with AI chips. If that happens, our entire covert network will be in grave peril.
The importance of this operation cannot be understated, Commander. It is now obvious that our security protocols have been breached. There is simply no other way our enemies could have known both the secret location of Fort Clark and about our covert actions on this planet. This situation must be dealt with before it spirals out of control.
Loyalists are still operating on planet, but they have been unable to launch a rescue mission. You will gate in here, reinforce their position, and then rescue the loyalists being held by QAI. Once they are secure, you will destroy QAI's base. That horror of a machine is aided by an Order commander named Celine. She was once very loyal to the Princess, but fell victim to Kale's lies. A loyalist spy named Thalia will be your on-planet liaison. She will have more intelligence for you once you arrive. You gate immediately.
Watch your back, Commander. Good hunting.
Okay, we're gonna launch this mission. Sorry, I was eating the watermelon while that was going on, but so basically we gotta rescue the loyalists, and the only thing I don't care for about Forged Alliance is regardless which faction you choose, the campaign missions are almost identical except for
Selene is launching attacks against the loyalists, and you've got to fend her off. Let the good times roll. HQ out.
Anyway, like I said, so every mission is
I didn't expect Liza to send a UEF commander. Selene's forces are attacking my base. Deal with them. Thalia out.
Anyway, like I was saying, so every
You heard the lady, Commander. HQ out.
okay, so like I was saying, every mission is almost identical, regardless which faction you choose. So I think just choosing one faction is a good idea with your very first mission, like when you first get the planet on the first mission. Whichever faction you choose, regardless, they're all going to be fine. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind.
Scans show that the area is clear of enemy forces. Thank you, Commander.
Of your base, yes, but now I got to make my own base.
There's an order base to your east. Attack and destroy it. HQ out.
Okay, so we're going to kind of build our base here. And take out some of these forces, hopefully. Okay. So now we're going to head up here so we can get some mass extractors right away. See, he outranges me, but I think we'll turn and fight him. Yeah, it only takes a few shots, so kind of head over here, kind of clear this up a little bit, and start building at least a couple mass extractors, bare minimum, and a couple power generators, so we can get at least a couple factories up and running right away. Again, more factories you have, the more units you can produce, so
There's an order resource facility to your northeast, and it is powering the shields at Selene's base. Attack and destroy the power generators at the resource facility. Thalia out.
okay, so now we'll get some mass
Maybe
and
those
some energy.
loyalists aren't worthless. Those power generators are what's keeping the shields operable at Selene's primary base. Take out the generators and the shields are toast. HQ out.
So, another objective, which ain't too hard actually. It's a secondary objective, but it'll be nice to get units in here, and I mean, these are all, what, Tier 1 stuff, except for the generators are Tier 3, and a mass extractor Tier 3 there, so I could go in here once I get, like, Tier 2 units, and just basically come in and obliterate this. But getting the units first is kind of the challenge. Oh, now we're being attacked. Yay! But it's light damage at best, so I mean, it's not unless I get a bunch of them, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So, as long as I can get a little bit of an economy going here, build up these power generators.
The loyalists are
Okay,
extremely important to our
so
efforts.
take them out
Most of our actionable intel comes from them.
and build these generators.
Everything we can
There
to
we
support
go.
them. Haul out.
I think we'll build our first factory here because it'll get a bonus with these structures here. See, we already took some damage, but the nice thing is that he recovers health fairly quickly, so I am no expert at this game. I've never played a multiplayer game just because I know I'm not that good right now. So, yeah, so it's kind of a slow start, but it's kind of the way it is with Supreme Commander. Okay. Get that up. Get our first factory up. Then we can start building some engineers, and then we can focus on the rest of the resources that we need. I think we'll build probably a couple factories, because I want to get some units out, now that I got very, very small economy right there, but I mean, the more mass extractors and energy units, energy power plants I can make, power generate, you know what I mean. Anyway, so those are assault bots. I think that's what we're probably going to build after a couple engineers here. Get a couple engineers out, and then actually an air factory is not a bad idea right now. Bombers are actually a fairly decent idea, so Get a couple engineers out and they can go build some stuff for us. Like that. And then power generator, mass storage. Now it's nice to have the mass storage with the extractors, just because it increases the amount of mass you have. It's pretty self-explanatory. So it's, of course, the more mass extractors you have, the better off you are for your economy. Okay, we're gonna build. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here with the command unit. I think we're gonna build a bunch of assault bots right away. Yeah, they're very fast, and if they mass up fairly quickly, I think we're gonna build some bombers. Not a lot, but some. 10 bombers will do quite a bit actually over here. I might be able to take it out with just bombers. But, I mean, they got tier 2 anti-air, so it'd take quite a bit with bombers. So if I can get this up here and maybe build a little bit of defense here, definitely would help. See, I like that they built a radar there, but it's so vulnerable right now. Reclaim that. Gives a lot of mass. Let's see, the bombers. They do take some time, don't they? Yeah, 48 seconds. I haven't sped the game time up at all yet, just because getting the economy up and running is fairly important right away. Oops. No, I want to get it pretty darn close to that, and then I think what we'll do is we'll build a small defense line there with a little bit of that. So that should definitely make a fairly large difference anyway. Yeah, building some generators. Got some units coming out. I only have 2 factories. The thing with this game that I have the hardest thing learning about is to build. The more factories you have, the more units you can build. Just common sense, right? Well, half the time I forget about that, to be honest. So, I'm gonna build some tier 1 point defenses there. And then I think we'll have this guy, once he gets done with this stuff, I think we'll have him come back and help build some bombers. This guy will come down, take these mass deposits, which will help. Okay, so now we're getting some units. I got 10 units here, so now I can kind of patrol these. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Kind of patrol them here. They don't have a very big range, but they're fast, they're cheap. It's a cheap, quick defense, basically. Okay, so now we're building some mass. Running a little low on mass, but we think we should be okay. Just building mass storages, so it shouldn't take too long, right? Yeah, that shouldn't take too long at all. Okay. So basically what I want to do is I want to get to tier 3 or tech 3 as fast as I can before I have to attack this base. Or at least that would be the ideal goal anyway. Okay, you get done with that, and then I'm going to have you build that. And then build that along with this again. Oh, see, lost all my units there, unfortunately, but probably gonna have to build another defensive layer right here in this tree line almost. Yeah. Granted, it's only a tier 1 defense line, so it's nothing major. So take a bite of some watermelon here. Excuse me for a moment. Gotta stay hydrated, you know. Gotta keep that throat nice and hydrated. Okay, we're gonna build a couple more engineers so we can collect these 2 deposits down here. I think we'll speed it up just by a couple here. just for the sake of time. I mean, these games go for quite a while, but to increase or decrease game time, you just either hit the plus or minus button. If you have a numerical pad and it's right near there, that's what you would hit. I think the plus... Yeah, I don't think the plus and minus signs on the regular keyboard actually works. So, I mean, I'm sure you could easily adjust the key bindings to that, to your preference, of course. So, okay, we'll do 2 and 2. And I like to make them symmetrical. They don't have to be symmetrical, believe me. See, once we get some more mass extractors up, we'll be good. Granted, they are only tier 1 because it's all I can do right now. I cannot really afford to do tier 2 or tier 3 factories right now. So, I mean, you don't have to do that. It's just beneficial for you later. So, I might actually be able to go tier 2 right now. Yep, okay. We're gonna upgrade to tier 2, this tier 2 land factory to get us tier 2 units. There we go. Got some there. See, now we're getting a pretty decent economy. Now this water will expand once we... once we destroy this base, this will definitely expand. So it might be nice for us to consider building a couple naval factories right away. Artillery. That's dangerous. Yep. See, you can lose these very quickly to artillery. Thankfully, they didn't kill them. So we'll repair them. As soon as we can get shields, we'll get shields. Okay, so that's all 10 bombers, correct? Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll come around, and we'll attack one of the generators. They'll probably all get destroyed on the first pass, because there's tier 2 and tier 1 anti-air. But I think we might be able to...
Once your friends talk, no one will stop us. I will cleanse the galaxy myself.
power generators are still online. Destroy them.
dearly for destroying these facilities.
The approach to the prison is going to be a tactical nightmare. First, you need to slug your way through this pass. Got to assume the enemy has the whole area dialed in, so expect heavy resistance. From there, things will probably go from bad to worse. We have to assume the enemy has heavy defensive fortifications on the far side of the pass. This prison is holding the 3 loyalists. If QAI gets its hooks into them, we're in a world of trouble. Capture the prison and get the loyalists out of there.